Hello and welcome to this another Excel tutorial. Today we'll cover the one of the most heavily used functions, and if you are not aware of this, I think you are not fully using the Excel features or Excel capability for sure. And let's get started. There, most of the time we use the VLOOKUP, and the thing from the index match function is the advanced level, right? So it's a one or maybe a multi steps ahead of the VLOOKUPs, because it accept you to take the multiple criteria. So first, in this video, first I cover you with the simple example, and then we'll take more on the multiple columns. So let's get started without further delay. So here I have this data, and this spreadsheet I will put in the link so you can able to download as just like with my other spreadsheets, so easy for you to follow. So I have this data, right? So for my case is, for example, the bread price from 2000 historical bread price. I just make this number from 2011 to 2020, and these are the bread, right? And these are in dollars: 50 cents, 75, $1, and $2. So what I needed, so basically I need, for example, based on the year, I want to come up with the amount of the bread on that year, right? So we'll cover that, and in the second example we add more criteria, not only the bread, but we'll say the combination of bread or some other to come up with that as well. Okay, so let's get started. So for example, this, if I do call the index, so what is this index? So let me give the example, and then I'll give you more details. So this is the index. So index function basically gives the value if you supply the number of the index. So if you're from the programming background, or let's say this is the data basically we have, right? So this is the output which we want to expect here in the index functions. So for example, but if you notice here, the index think from that perspective. So these are the rows, right? So from 1, 2, and 6 rows here. So what index will give if I select the if I select my value, if I put the index number here with the array. So for example, I'll say, okay, I want this array, right? Because it's asking the first one to select the array. So this is the array, and simply blindly, if I say, okay, which price, let's forget about match for now and trying to understand the concept. So basically, if I'll say, okay, give me the fifth row, right? This is the fifth row. So I'll just put 5 here and put enter, right? And then 5 and close the bracket and enter. And you see it's give me the number 5, because number 5 is the why number 5, because I give the index from here, because my range start from here, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So these are my range. So that's why I have given the number 5 here. So similarly, if I give the number 1, 2, 3, the third number, so if I just change to number 3, so you see I got the $1. So what's happening here? So it's happening basically, index simply give me the value if I supply the index for that. So behind the scene, these are all, for example, work when on these function work as an array, right? Or think of as a very in the layman terms, in the columns, right? In the spreadsheet terms, these are all the 3 columns. Okay, so this is how we get it. Now we cannot just simply hard code, right, these index, right? For example, if I want to get 2011, if I start from here, and right, so I'll have to give number 2, right? Sorry, number 1, right? Because I gave the range from here, not from the column, because this is my header. So my value actually start from here, right? But I cannot simply just give the hard-coded value. I want the index to be dynamic. For that purpose, there is another function called match. So match, what it does, if I open this match and open the bracket here, and let's close it, right? So if I come here, so match says, okay, what is your lookup value? right? So I will say, okay, lookup value is this one. I want to look up based on the year, right? And what is your lookup array? I say my lookup array is, this is my lookup array. So just ensure in the match function, when you select any criteria, so basically you are now giving the criteria, right? This is the conditions. So if when you are giving this, this should be the same range. You cannot just select from the year to down. This starting from here to here, and the whatever the output you give here, it should be the same. The range should be the same, the start and the end. Otherwise there is a index mismatch, right? So we are using this, but we want the output from here. So basically this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we say, okay, look this value from here, and this is what this is will be 1, and then I'll comma, and I say I want the exact match. I just don't want anything. If it matches, then only you give it to me, right? And then I just simply press enter, right? Now if I want to, so you see I get the 50 cents. Why 50 cents? Because based on my earlier example, which I hard coded the numbers, so this match function must have provided the number 1 to me. To simply check your answer, always you can always try this, copy this exactly. So I, right, and then come here, type equal and paste it, right, and enter. So you see my index which providing the providing the index number to the index, and index providing the value. So the naming is a little bit confusing, right? So it's giving the 1 here. So similarly if I just drag it down 2, right? So this will be my index 2, and these are my index. So this match, what it does, it's provide the match. So maybe I'll just leave it there for your reference. Match reference, I just leave it there so you can just go and check it out. And now I simply double click and get my values, right? So this is how the concept works. So I hope with this you have the concept work. Now in the next stage, I will show you more complex example, but within the same video. And if you like so far, kindly give the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, so you will have more kind of this practical video, so easy to grasp. Okay, so let's get some other examples. Okay, so in this example I have taken the same bread data, but I have expanded this based on one more I have added into my list. Not only the bread, I have added the donuts as well. So what I'm trying to do, so I'm seeing, since we have 2 items, not 1 item, so I cannot just simply say give me the year, right? Because year can be year has now more items. It has bread and it has donuts. Okay, so I now I have to need to supply 2 input to my this. But think from this perspective, okay, that this is the 1, this is the index 2, this is the index 3, this is the index 4, this is index 5, and this is index 6, right? So that's what I need to be looking here. So what need to be done? Okay, so let me show it to you how it need to be done. So we need to basically use something like this. So for me, so the amount for this bread and the combination of this will be my lookup, the year and the items, right? Not only I cannot just select this. So if I select this, put the index, because, and the first criteria will be the same, right? Because what I just need this is my array 2 as the output. I need the output from here. So I have selected this. I have selected the comma. Now I need to pass the index, right? So to do that, I need to use the match function for sure, because I need passing the index. Now what is my lookup value? My lookup value is 2001 year, 11 year, and my lookup value is bread. Okay, so if you understand this, there are so many columns, you can easily do this. So I'm just cutting the crap out, right? So it's just nail it down. So this is year and this is bread. So this is the key, right? Year and bread. So if I put a comma, and now I need to put a lookup. The similar way my lookup will be this year. Same, you see my range starting and end should be consistent. So what I will do, and this, okay, so this will be the array, the combination of these two, okay, and I'll say I need an exact match. The rest is all same. I close my bracket for match, and then I close my bracket for index as well, and then I put enter. Okay, so you see I got the 50 cents. So if I double click here, I got all the values. We can see the values. If 2020 donuts is $10, 80 cents. Now you might be, we got the values. So just a little bit, now let's do the little bit debugging. What we have did. So if I double click, you see in the match function, I have F4 and G4, right? So what is this F4 and G4? I copy and put it here. You see, so basically we make a key. We combine these two together and make a key, right? So these are the keys for the match, bread and donut. That's what we need to look up. And this, so these are my keys, right? If I come here, you see F9, G9, F9 and G9. So these are my keys. Similarly, if I have these key, I cannot have this only one. So that's why when I combine this together, the year 22 and the array, I need to give this both as this combination. First this and select this. Don't go from the bottom up, right? So sometimes people make a mistake, as what I have suggested. Common mistakes are selecting the range starting from different. So you see, if I'm starting from A2, so I have to select from A2. I cannot select from A1. So all these need to be aligned together, and then simple. Doesn't matter now this how many columns are. And one more thing, one other common mistakes are that, for example, if right now I have given this table as a format as a table, right? So it's automatically taken care of if I need to add one more value here, and so I don't need to give the list, it automatically pick it up, right? So that's one thing. I don't need to lock the cell. So for example, you see this is a table and amount column, right? It's a table 22 and amount. But if I'm not giving this, you just need to press F4 to lock the range. You can check my other videos where in the basics, if you are not sure how to, just for F4 and you lock the range if these are not in the table format and all. So these are the common silly mistakes people make. So so that's pretty much fast. So I believe this is a very important concept, and I have used this Office 365, but this works in any other older Excel as well. I've been using this for many years. Okay, so please do subscribe and like this video, and comment if you want me to cover any other video for you as well. Thank you, and see you soon in another video. Bye for now.